today's topic is chromatography. Now, what is chromatography? Chromatography is a physical method of separation in which the components to be separated are distributed between two phases. One is the stationary phase and the other phase which moves in a definite direction, also known as a mobile phase. Uses of chromatography. Chromatography is used for the separation and quantification of many clinically relevant molecules such as proteins, sugar, lipid, amino acid and nucleic acids. The term chromatography means colored writing. Now, there are different types of chromatography. The most commonly used types of chromatography are affinity chromatography, adsorption chromatography, ion exchange chromatography, partition chromatography, thin layer chromatography, gas chromatography, and the mostly used nowadays the high performance liquid chromatography, also known as the HPLC method. Now, the basis of chromatography. First, there is a solid phase which can be column, any paper or a thin layer, and then there is a solvent or the mobile phase, and thirdly the components which you are analyzing which constitutes the solute. Now, you have to learn about the paper chromatography. The principle of paper chromatography is you will take cellulose paper sheets which will act as a support medium, and the water which is absorbed between these cellulose paper sheets will act as a stationary hydrophilic phase. Now, coming to the method. First, you will take a Whatman filter paper, the dimensions of which is 56 cm by 12 cm. Now, with a graphite pencil, a line is drawn about 8 cm above the margin of the paper from the bottle. This line is known as a line of origin. 5 points of equal distance, suppose 2 cm apart, are drawn over the line of origin. Apply standard purified forms of compound 0.1 milliliter each with a micropipette on 4 points, and on the 5th point you will apply 0.5 milliliter of the mixture of the above mentioned compounds. Avoid touching the paper while doing these things. Now, hook the paper and let it be suspended in the solvent mixture. The solvent mixture which you will be using for paper chromatography consists of N-butanol, acetic acid and water in the ratio of 4:1:2. Now, cover the entire glass container with a glass lid. Leave it for 16 to 20 hours. After 16 to 20 hours, remove the glass lid and you will see that the solvent mixture has travelled upwards. Note the distance up to which it has travelled. The upper limit of the distance travelled is the solvent front. Now, dry the paper and stain it with a staining reagent. The reagent is ninhydrin reagent. After drying, measure the distance travelled by the standard amino acids and the mixture. Compare the distance travelled between the stained spots. Now, you will see this diagram. This is the paper taken in the paper chromatography. This is the Whatman's filter paper. This is the lower margin of the paper. Above 8 cm of the lower margin, you will draw a line which is also known as the line of origin. Now, over this line of origin, you will take 5 points 2 cm apart. Here I have drawn 2 points, this point and this point, and you will note after 16 to 20 hours, these points have migrated upwards and the solvent has migrated upwards. The upper limit of the migration of the solvent is known as the solvent front. It is denoted by Y. This is the distance travelled by the solvent front, Y, and the distance travelled by the amino acids are x1 and x2. See, the x1 has travelled up to this distance and x2 has travelled up to this distance. Now, you will calculate the RF value or the relative factor. The relative factor is the distance travelled by the compound by the distance travelled by the solvent. That is x1 by y. This is x1 is the distance travelled by the compound divided by the distance travelled by the solvent, which is y. Alright. Now, this relative factor is constant, more or less constant for a particular compound, solvent system and paper under carefully controlled conditions of solute concentration, temperature and pH. So, by comparing the different RF values, you can recognize the unknown amino acid present in your mixture. Now, since the movement of the solute and the solvent occurs in an ascending manner in this chromatography, this paper chromatography can also be considered as an ascending chromatography. Thank you.